Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Star Forward Solutions channel. We are going to be talking today about planning and protecting your retirement. And this is part two because there's just so much to it that we didn't get to all of it last week. So if you want to learn more, go back one channel or one one video. Last week we talked about all the different things that we're going to be talking about today, only we're going in deeper. We're going to be really honing in on the top 4 steps for better retirement, how to have a lifetime income. Oh, we all want that. And the number one must do to protect your retirement. Hey, Vickie.
Hello, Marianne. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good today. I'm doing good today. I feel energetic, light, because you know what I've been doing. So I feel a little lighter, So I'm getting back on
You're
my feet.
taking care of your health, is what
I'm
you're
taking
doing.
care of my health. Yes, I am. I am. I'm just I'm feeling good. It's just like I feel light, energetic, and everything like that. So we're doing good.
Good.
We're doing good, and we all need to do that. I know I on a kick last year, basically keeping ourselves healthy and going into retirement. I'm still on that kick, people. It's just I had a little downtime on it, but I'm still, we have to keep ourselves healthy. That's the bottom line.
If we
Because
don't have our health, what is it we have? Nothing.
nothing, exactly, nothing at all. And the thing is that when those who have not retired and who are, in the planning stages, that I'm speaking to, one of the things that you have to do for all these things to prepare yourself is you have to be healthy, because not being healthy and you're trying to plan for, your retirement, a lot of the tools require you to be healthy. Not all of them, but some of them, some of the big ones, like the big one that everybody thinks, just kind of like it's the foundation of everything, is protecting yourself for the future. And that's getting life insurance. I don't really talk that much about it, but that is the foundation of, you know, planning your future, for retirement. It's really having life insurance in place. For whatever reason, people don't like to talk about life insurance, but I guess because the quote quote unquote you know you know reason for life insurance is because it is for death or whatever. But that's a part of life. Death. We have to face it. It's a part of life. So everybody should at least have something in place, something, whether it's the a term life policy or a permanent life policy, have something in place. That's your foundation. That truly is your foundation. To get life insurance, you need, you need to be healthy. You really
Let
do.
me ask you something, Vickie, because I think a lot of people are like me in that you're right. Like, what do I care? I'm dead. Okay. Life insurance for what? Right? They can take care of themselves. No, that's not what I think. But anyway, I think we don't want to talk about it because it is about when we die. But why? I mean, what's the benefit of buying life insurance other than maybe they'll have the ability to pay for our funeral
Well,
when we're gone?
there are a lot of benefits to it depending on the type of life insurance you get. And the thing is that the benefit, even if you just get term life insurance and you're protecting yourself, besides excuse me, besides being able to, oh boy, here comes the water. Besides being able to not have fund me type of situations to bury you, okay, your family and your loved ones don't have to go through that. But yeah, okay, maybe you don't, it's like I've lived my life, you live yours. Some people have that attitude. But just if you have term, because if you have debt, if you have a house note or anything like that, you really don't want to do that to your family and your beneficiaries. You really want to have something in place that will pay off your debt. Pay off the things that um, you're when you, because you don't know when it will happen. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. But even if you have term, it's going to basically provide your beneficiaries financial security to take care of the debt you might be leaving, as well as, you know, having you being able to send you off, decently. Okay, that's just what a term policy, to cover, basics. Okay, but the biggest benefit for life insurance, I mean, of getting a life insurance policy, is really getting the right life insurance policy that will provide you, excuse me,
Well, I
that,
was talking to an attorney about an hour ago. She's an elder care attorney, and she deals with people who are coming to that realization that they're not going to live forever. Whoa. Or they have a family member that they're dealing with. And she said the worst thing that you can do is not work with a financial planner so that you can have everything done ahead of time. Your family will suffer and your estate is at risk. There's
yes,
all these different things that happen if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So she likes, this elder care attorney loves to work with people like you to help the family get going before it's an emergency, before someone is in the hospital dying.
yes,
That's
exactly.
not when you want to make your decisions.
No, not at all. And if you wait, I mean, by then it's just too late. Okay, even if you, I had a someone that called me, because she was concerned about her father, who, excuse me, he's a senior, whatever, but realized he didn't have coverage, life insurance, or anything like that, and she's at the last minute trying to hustle up because he's not doing well. He's sick. Okay, and she's trying to get life insurance for him. So there are policies that are there for um, at risk people who are over the age. I mean, when I say over the age, but they are ill because, like I said, you have to be healthy to get the type of life insurance that will provide you long term care, living benefits, um, lifetime income. That's I was about to say is that there are types of life insurance that will provide you benefits while you're living. Now, a lot of people don't know that life
No,
insurance.
we don't know that. We don't know that. We only know that it kicks in when we die. That's all
Nope,
we know,
nope, nope,
Vicki.
nope. Yeah, that's the thing is that the life insurance should not be word in a home. Because life insurance has evolved. It's not just your whole life or your term life. The permanent policy have evolved so much in that banks, universities, let's see, a lot of the organizations will use life insurance, and I'm talking about particular life insurance, or IULs, Index Universal Life Insurance, to cover their employees. The big, you know, money employees. Banks use it to basically increase their net worth within the bank. They don't tell you that, but they these policies can grow and they become a bank yourself. In other words, it's good to have your own bank, right? Okay. And IULs can become your own bank. They're like they're savings, their type of savings account. But they have the extra benefit of being having a death benefit, as well as many of them have living benefits. And that's one thing I was going to talk about, as far as some of the things that we want to have when we get ready, when we're planning for retirement, is we must put in place things, insurance policies or some type of tool that's going to cover us when we get to the point where we can't take care of ourselves, or if we have a critical illness, a critical injury, or disability, because we can't depend on the government to provide us a place to uh, live when we get to a point we can't take care of ourselves. So many people depend on that. Medicare doesn't cover that. They tell you in the Medicare book, this, Medicare is not long-term care. Okay, so you need to put in place some type of insurance that's going to provide you long-term care, that will take care of you when you get to a point, or if something should happen to you where you're not able to take care of yourself. And so many people forget that your health, I started off the show with that, your health is vital. Okay, and when you don't have your health, you have to have something in place to take care of you. Okay. All right. So without your health, like you said, you're nothing. Okay. But when you get to a point that that are out of your control, accident, you fall down, or just, and I think we are still going through a major health situation with COVID. You know, if if you didn't have health insurance, or you didn't have things in place to take care of your family or loved ones, during this COVID crisis, and you had it affected you. You were in kind of in, you trying to figure out, you're scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to cover this? How are we going to take care of mom? How are we going to take care of dad? It's like, okay, I'm not working anymore. What I'm going to do now? It's like, because believe it or not, an IUL can handle all that, because from an IUL, a life is index universal life
I was
insurance.
just going to say, what's IUL?
It is index universal life insurance. It is a permanent type of life insurance. I know I went through, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 shows ago, I talked about all the different types of life insurance, but I didn't go into a lot of detail. But the IUL it's like I said, it's like a bank. You can withdraw from it. It's tax free withdrawal. That should click everybody's head. Tax free, because you're putting your money is already taxed that you're saving in it. Okay, so it is a incredible tool to provide you with security, safety, um, you know, crisis type of money management. Whether
And how do
you're,
we get that?
oh, you see me.
Oh,
Well, yeah, give me a call. you know, well, I mean, I put it like this. I don't. It's not going to be for everybody, because everybody's not going to qualify for a life insurance policy if you haven't taken care of your health. Okay, so it is not. It is not the end all to everything, because some people won't be able to qualify for it. But if you're able to qualify for something that's going to provide you long term care, in times of crisis, like critical illness, heart attacks, things like that, why wouldn't you invest in something like that? If you have a tool that's out there that's going to provide you um, income for the rest of your life, why wouldn't you basically invest in something like that? If you have a tool that's out there available to you that can qualify for, and it's in times of crisis where you're not employed, you don't have, just like we went through COVID, you don't have income, you have this IUL sitting there with accumulated value of cash money that you've been putting in it for years. You can withdraw from it and use it. Why wouldn't you? You can get tax free. It's tax free withdrawals as well as interest free loans using an IUL. You know, these are just some of the benefits that IUL provides you. So why wouldn't you take advantage of it? It's like, if you qualify for something, for an IUL, if you're able to qualify for it, take advantage of it. A lot of people say, well, I don't have, or it's just like, well, I don't have income. I mean, I don't have the money to afford that. You always, there's always. That's why you do it FNA, but there's always money that you can find that you can, basically put in save. Anyone who's saving and just putting money into a bank account, you're really just wasting your money, because because it's just sitting there stagnant. I talk about a lot of times when I talk to clients, I talk about options for your money. Okay. There are three different ones that they're focus on. And that's fixed, where it has a fixed interest, like putting it in the bank, or putting in a CD, or putting in, basically have a whole life policy. That's fixed. It's not growing much. It's just safe. It's safe, but it's not growing. You want your money to work for you. So you
oh,
want to,
definitely.
yeah. A lot of people will, just like, a lot of people will put money in their bank, but it should be for, emergency funds, day to day, working, not something that a bank is not really situated, or CD is not situated to grow your money the way you want it to grow. Okay. There are variable. When you're playing the stock market, and you're investing in the stock market, that's very risky. But there are a lot of accounts within the stock market that are considered variable accounts. In other words, they're riding with the stock market. So when the market is up, your investment is going great. When the market crashes or goes down, like it happened a few years back, or just last year, you know, uh, then you're losing money. But when you go into an index type of money option, then you have growth without loss. Okay, there are accounts like that's why it's an index universal life, but that's not the only one. There's like 403b. There are a lot of different tools that are index type of tools. You just have to find the one that fits you. Okay, but an index universal life is one that really can help you, um, you know, uh, fund, so to speak, your retirement as well as be available to you for other means as well. So why not invest in it? I kind of got off subject there. I started talking. I guess I
That's
have to.
okay. It's very important because I think people don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Vicki, you say, very casually, people just don't talk about this. They really don't talk about this.
No, they don't. We don't want to talk about life insurance. It's like no, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about this generation or what it is, but it's something that is very important. And like I said, life insurance these days is not the life insurance that our moms had, or our father, our parents had, so it's different. Life insurance has evolved in that it's a great tool to manage, grow, and save for the future. You can use a life insurance IUL product to save for your kids. If you are, you get into a policy, a good policy, and you have a great advisor that designs the policy for your needs, it could be an educational fund. I mean, there are a lot of other tools out there that are set up for, putting money in for your kids' education. But if you start doing that in those specific type of tools, then all of us and your kid says, "Well, I'm not going to school." You just basically put your money into something that you can't use anymore. So it's like, hey, let's see what their alternatives are. And like I said, everyone should know that like your life insurance policies are not taxable. Okay, that's one of the things that you have to know the rules, but the life insurances are not taxable. That's tax free income if you put your money into that type of long term. I mean, if you get a policy that has a lifetime income, that's not those funds are not taxable. So that's a great option. But like I said, I kind of got on a tangent about life insurance. I'm sorry, but I just
Don't be sorry. I think it was very educational and I appreciate it so much.
yeah. So, but I could do a whole series on life insurance, but those type of things we discuss when I do financial needs analysis, I sit down with individuals, families, or whatever. Just like you said, the lawyers. I mean, that's what we do. We sit down with families and people like myself. I do that. We look at what your portfolio is. We look at what your financial needs are. We look at where you are right now. We look at your family. If you have kids, or you might be taking care of a senior parent. We take all those things in account. What's your mortgage and things like that. I take all those things in account when we're doing a financial needs analysis. So, but the focus is to make sure that you are 100% whole, that you are financially secure, that you are able to meet the goals that you want and build your wealth. Okay, build your wealth. A lot of people are like, oh, wealth, I'm not into money or whatever. Well, bottom line is, everyone, money makes the world go round. And whether you want, you're not into being rich or famous or anything like that, you still need uh, a income that you're going to be comfortable with when you retire. Okay. This we were today planning for your future. Was the title of our subject matter, and one of the things I talked about in the very beginning was being happy. But if you're struggling, where you don't have the right type of income to keep you comfortable, and then you're not happy. You're not going to be happy because you're going to be worried about how you're going to put food on the table, where you're going to live, especially if you become ill. If you become ill and you need somebody to take care of you and you don't have any kids, or your kids are doing their own thing and they decide they're going to be selfish to take care of themselves, then you're kind of on your own. So you need to plan for that. You just because you never know. We don't know what the future holds, but we can plan to make sure that we will be okay. When we get to those years where we might need some assistance. You know, uh, I think about happy seniors, and I think about the show. I don't know, a lot of people will remember the show, but the Golden Girls.
Oh, I love the Golden Girls. That was such a great show.
Yeah. Well, think about it. They weren't, struggling for financial. At least they didn't show it in the show. So that's not something that Hollywood was to show. It's people, three. What was it? Four senior women, living together. That basically were fighting to find food. Or wanted to looking to see how we're gonna pay our rent. They were pretty happy. That's the life. That's kind of a vision that we want when we get older, is to know that we have other things to be worried about, like who's gonna be our next boyfriend, or who's gonna be you know the thing they were more concerned about who you're dating, that kind of stuff. You want to have fun filled happy moments when we get older, and we don't have those type of worries. So and some people want to leave something to, some people don't, and some people do want to leave something to their children, and leave a legacy in their name. you know I again use life insurance to do that. Don't try to basically build a portfolio of homes, houses, and all that kind of stuff. Basically use life insurance to do that. Leave a legacy that your family is going to appreciate through life insurance. Life insurance has a death benefit. That's what it's there for your, not only to take care of your debt and all that, but if you get into the right type of life insurance and policy, you can leave your children a legacy through life insurance. There are different ways to set it up, and things like that. So I would focus my and I've gone to different training lectures or whatever, and all the financial advisors, those who have gone before me, they talk about leaving a legacy, but leaving it legacy through life insurance. So that's one thing I'll say, that because many people talk about leaving a legacy. So I'm kind of trying to go to some of my points that I wanted to, the 4 points that I said I was going to go through, as far as protecting our retirement and planning for retirement. It's planning for the future. Really, it's not really about retirement. It's planning for the future. When
Yeah, we talked about that word retirement, and a lot of people don't like it. They don't ever want to retire because that means, because we've all heard the story, when people retire a year later they're gone, and
right,
so nobody really wants that. So we want to stay active. Retirement means being able to do what you want and have the money to do that, right? So
exactly,
we have to still use that word, but it is kind of like a bad word now.
right. Yeah, well, it can be a bad word, based on what your connotation of life, retirement is, so it can
Yes,
be a bad word. But I
right.
when I say retirement, for me, I'm thinking of more of you know getting to a point in life where you heard me say this. When I decide I want to go fishing, I'm going fishing.
Yes, do what you want to do when
Do
you want
what
to
you
do
want
it,
to
and
do.
have the money to be able to do that, because it
Exactly,
does take money.
exactly. And
You
so
know, you want to live on your Social Security.
Social Security, and people say I'm retiring, and they file for Social Security, and if they don't have anything else in place, that's their retirement income. Yes, Social Security is a pension. It's a type of pension. I talked about this in our last session, because one of the things that you would like to have, as far as income on a daily basis for the rest of your life, is a type of pension. Not everybody is going to have one outside of Social Security, but Social Security is a lifetime income. Like, at least right now it is. We're hoping that they will fix the Social Security system where there will be a lifetime income for those to come, future people. I'm hoping it's there when I get there, but like the yes, I said it. I said it, but Social Security is a type of pension. It's set for those who have decided they don't want to work anymore. That have put into the Social Security. So
Right.
you want to have a lifetime income type of plan. You know,
Yes.
and many those who have worked and put into the Social Security system, you will have a lifetime income. However,
Yes.
you have to realize that lifetime income may not be the amount that you think is going to be.
No. I mean, just look at our grocery bills and how much they've gone up. We can't control the outside problems and issues and circumstances that come up because we had COVID for a year. A lot of things went up. I mean, you try to go to a restaurant now and buy a meal, it's like, whoa, that's my week's worth of pay.
Exactly.
So you really do have to think about this. It's not. It's There's no possibility you can live on your Social Security now unless you're living in your van. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And
No.
then it might even be hard with the gas prices.
Exactly. Social
I don't
Security
mean to scare people, but it's true. I mean, you just look at how our world is what's happening to us now.
And
It makes you want to. So my suggestion for anybody who's watching this is to reach out to Vickie and just set up an appointment to talk about your circumstances because it may be totally different than mine or someone else. Everybody's got a different circumstance for their life and the future plans. So Vickie is very good at looking at your overall situation that you have right now, and then listening to what it is that you want for your future. So just like it says right here on the screen, planning for our future. That's
yes,
not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not going to bite you. It doesn't cost anything for her to come out and just talk to you or get on Zoom. She'll
I
do
do
a
a lot on Zoom.
consultation on Zoom.
Yep. We can do it on, because it's just a matter of getting comfortable, understanding what you have right now. And it's just a talk. We just talk. We'll just talk about what your future, plans. And some people don't have any. But then when you sit down with me, you will. You'll sit down and go, I never thought about it, but this is what I want to be able to do. You know, or I would like to send my kids to college, or I would like to support my husband in this business or my wife in this business. How do I go about doing that? What can we do at this particular time to move forward with the things we want to see in the future? You know, so everybody needs to sit down and do that among within your own family, but don't try to do it on your own. You definitely need a financial advisor to do it. And I'm not just, promoting myself. You can basically see anyone, but you really want to basically sit down with someone you trust, and someone who's outside looking into your situation and actually knows the different tools that are available to you for your
Yes. Yes.
set for you. When I say tools, I'm talking about the different financial tools that we discuss all the time. You know, the,
Yes.
the retirement tools that the IRS has set aside said, okay, these are great, these are retirement tools you can use. Okay. Um, the 403Bs, 401Ks, 7702, which is the IUL. Believe it or not, folks, the IUL is a retirement tool, and it's the IRS has basically designated as one by giving it a code name. So it is a 7702 that is an IUL, and that is a retirement tool. You can, and they have the lifetime. When I was talking about pensions, the IUL is it can be set up, as a lifetime income, exactly like the pension plans, except guess what? Not tax. It's tax free. It's not taxable. When you get that income because you've already paid taxes on it, it is not taxable. Okay. So as I said, you always want some type of in the perfect world, we want a lifetime income of some form. And so if you even if you get Social Security, then a secondary uh, retirement tool or solution would be an IUL, or 403B, or a your 401ks. Well, your 401ks, unfortunately, are variable accounts, so they go up and down with the market. So you might want to, if you have a 401k, you're getting ready to retire, or even before you're ready to retire, you have a big 401k, roll it over into something that's going to provide you a lifetime income, and that is not in a variable it's not a variable money account, so because it is in the market, it will go up and down, and I'm sure everybody who has a 401k has watched their 401k grow, and they watch their 401k diminish. It. So if you have one of those tools, which are great because you get a lot of them are set up with the company, they match what you put in, things like that. So those are great, but there's going to come a time you're going to want to roll it over because it's not growing for you in the way that it should. I know a lot of people were, even myself, had a 401k and just lost big time when the market went down. So you want to be able to put your investments in a safe, secure type of growth tool that you're not going to lose on it. And I recommend index accounts. So, wrapping this up, I know we're at the end.
Yep, we
You
sure are.
sorry, I went along again, but wrapping up the four steps that we talked about for a better retirement is try to find lifetime income.
Yes.
Whatever tool it is, we did. I think we talked about protecting against inflation the last time, so I didn't go into a lot
Yes.
of detail on that. But you want to plan for long-term care types of tools. So we're talking about, you're going to need something when you get to a point where you can't take care of yourself. So you want to make sure you have something in place for long-term care and leaving something, a legacy behind, and using life
Yes.
insurance for that. So, but like I said, if anyone would like to sit down with me, they can always contact me at 713-444-3269. That is my mobile number. So it's usually with me at all times. Okay. So that's 713-444-3269. And I've enjoyed passing on my knowledge to everyone in these 30 minutes.
Well, we appreciate your time, Vickie. And remember, we're here every week at 12 o'clock Central Time. So if you want to come on live and ask questions, we'd be happy to answer them for you. Or if you want to send us a note and let us know what your question is, we can talk about it in the next show. We look forward to seeing you again. And remember, please reach out to Vickie so that you can plan for your future. 713-444-3269. Thank you. See you next week,
See you next week.
or maybe
Thanks.
before.